Hey friends, and welcome back. Today, I'm going to be working on these honey locusts, and I got a couple of them here. I got a whole bunch in the back. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I bent these ones up here, and just threw a little bend and cut them down a little bit, and did this one as well. So I have these other ones. So I'm thinking about just letting this one grow naturally, and just letting it do what it has to do, just being all natural. And I'm thinking of just getting some wire on this and just putting a little twist in it, and maybe just bringing it out to the side. So we'll see. So I think I'm gonna use 2mm wire. So wait, I have so I have these honey locusts here that I'm gonna work on. This one right here, and then I also have this pine. I gotta get cleaned up. The needles on this thing were no joke. Like this long, and after it's repot, it got I don't think it was from the repot. I think it got frost damage on it, and it got really bad and almost died. So I just let it grow out and fertilized it, and now you could see how long the needles got. I thought it was a Scots. I think that this was a Scots pine, but the needles are way too long to be a Scots pine, so it might be an Australian pine. I don't know, the tag didn't have anything on it, so when I bought this a couple years ago. So all it said was a pine, and when I initially bought it, I thought it was a red pine, but then realized that it didn't do 2 flushes of growth. So then I thought it was a Scots pine. Then now I'm seeing that it might not be a Scots pine. So I know that when you take the cluster out, I know that the Scots pine, they twist towards the tip of them, or as it goes up, but it just looks too long. The needles look too long to be a Scots pine. So I don't know. It's definitely a single flush pine, but what, I have no idea. I don't know if it's an Australian or what, because I know he had some Australians in the section over there. But this is the front here of this tree, and you can see when you get it cleaned up and moved, it's very nice in there. Got some hangers. So it's a very good looking tree. Very nice and old. I think it was like 20 years old already. Just so small. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is just get the needles cleaned up on the bottom, and get any of that the dead needles out. See, the needles were just a tad bit smaller than this. So yeah, we'll see, but it's looking healthy now. So we're gonna work on this one, and then work on this right here, this honey locust, and yeah, we'll see if we have time. Maybe we could grab another tree and see what we can do with it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna grab some 2mm wire and just get a strand going here. Go ahead and put that in the soil. So with you guys could see how much fertilizer I used so much this year. I fed my trees really heavy. But I'm making my my twists with the wire just a little bit closer to each other, just so I can be able to have some nice bends and be able to hold it in place. So I'm going to go ahead and get this twisted up here. And we'll see. These ones I planted, I have a tree, a honey locust tree, and it dropped some seeds last year right before winter time. It was in the, so it dropped seeds in the fall. And I went ahead and picked them up and took the seed pods out, and I threw them in some soil, a whole bunch of seeds, and I threw them in the soil and just left them outside all winter long. And sure enough, like, I had no intentions of them even growing. I had no idea, you know, and then all of a sudden they just started popping up, and they just started, man, they grew so much. And this is me like holding them back a little bit, but so I grew like four of them came up from like my initial the ones that I threw in the pot. And after those started growing, I was walking around my neighborhood and I went back to the tree, and there were a whole bunch growing like around the tree. And I went ahead and just picked them, like I plucked them out of the ground, and came home, and I planted them right away. And sure enough, they survived. So I have those growing in the back too, but they're not as big as these ones that I grew initially. So we'll go ahead and pick a front, whatever we want to use. Just go ahead and twist. The tree's way still early, so I want my my first bend to be as low as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, maybe we could bend it this way first. So we want to go that way. I'm gonna put my finger just right on the inside right there. let's see if we could get I sort of want to make this this tree a little bit this wire isn't gonna hold, so what I'm gonna do is grab another piece of wire and get that wrapped around there. We'll just go a little bit up the trunk here. And sometimes that happens. You know, I like to use, usually I go a little overboard with the wire. But I haven't had the chance to go get some new wire, some heavy gauge wire, so what I've been doing is just doubling it. Sometimes that's a little bit better, I think, is just doubling it. Hold that there. They're just so much better when the right gauge is on the tree, so you don't have to worry about So we got that right there. So not bad. Looks actually pretty good. That bend comes up just as soon as it comes up, starts to throw a little bend in there, and then you still see this is kind of straight a little bit. So what we can do is just twist that up just a little bit more. Perfect. So pretty cool. Not bad for being doing this nice and quick. So we have that one right there, and then we have these other ones I did. So with the other ones that I have in the back, I wanted to do like a clump style. So like fuse them together and have them growing. You don't see much of these. I don't know why. These are native, I guess, here in Illinois. You know, but you don't see them in the bonsai world. I don't know. So maybe they're not good. I have no idea, but there's something to try out. So they grow really well here. So let's get going working on that pine, and we'll set these off to the side and grab that pine.